Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to another episode of the Games Tester. My name is Maurice. Today we're getting a look at Atelier Ryza on the Nintendo Switch 2. So this is a brand new remaster on the Nintendo Switch 2. It's fully optimized for Nintendo Switch 2 for the first time in the Atelier series. So I'm really curious what they have done. This game already came out a couple of years ago for Nintendo Switch 1. Lots of DLCs also came out, and they've now put it all together in one big package, and they sell it as Atelier Ryza Everdarkness and the Secret Hideout DX. So it's a DX series game that I'm playing this time. The game is a total of 15.4 GB. That's with all the DLC inside of it. They sell it for like $39.99 in the store. I do think there will also be a full release with all three the games in one. There's also a package you can get that gives you like Atelier Ryza 1, 2, and 3 for a total of like €90. If you want to have 1, 2, or 3 with all the DLCs, it's like $39.99. So yeah, pretty decent price. The optimization for Nintendo Switch 2, I do have some things to say about. So let's just start it up. You guys, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot for me. You're really helping out the channel. You can also hit the bell icon. I upload almost on a daily basis. New games, old games, updates on games, and sometimes even a little bit of hardware here and there. Atelier Ryza. By the way, big shout out to the people at Tecmo for sending me keys to the games so I could try them out on this channel for you guys. And yeah, it's a series I'm starting to love more and more, you know. For a long time, I think the first Atelier game came out on like PlayStation 2 already. There are tons of Atelier games. It's insane how many Atelier games there are. I think there's at least like 20 or 30 mainline Atelier games. So it's also a little bit hard to know where to start with this series. Well, the good thing is most of them are all standalone. It's more like it's a little bit like Final Fantasy, you know? Every Final Fantasy is different. You don't need to play Final Fantasy VII to enjoy Final Fantasy IX, something like that. And that's the same with the Atelier series. But in Atelier, you have like different kinds of series. So Atelier Ryza is a series that already has like 3 games. So they all, expand on the story of like the Ryza character. So you can, there are so many out there, it's insane. And I must say, you know, it looks great. This is a nice looking JRPG. A really nice looking JRPG. But that's also a little bit the problem that I have with this game. You know, I know how this runs on the Nintendo Switch OLED, and the optimization for Nintendo Switch 2 is pretty bare bones. You know, I did a Framerate test for you guys, like you can see right here. 30 FPS, 1080p, and I don't even think it's always, I think it's more in the range of like 900p, where the Switch 1 version was more into the range of like 720p, with a lower, you know, I do think that the Switch 2 can do more than we see in this game. This is not a showcase game to show off the powers and stuff what the Switch 2 can do. It's meh. I think that's the best way to describe the optimization for Nintendo Switch 2. You know, if you're gonna get this one on Nintendo Switch 1, yeah, it's fine. You know, I was expecting at least 1080p at 60 FPS with this game on the Nintendo Switch 2. At least. That was, yeah, the most minimal thing I could ask for. Also, maybe to make it even better for the more Western gamers, they should have. I think they should have got this game a English voiceover. That would have been better. Not paying attention at all. You know that? Fall down. Oh no. So yeah, this game would have been better if it got like a full-blown English voiceover. You know, the Japanese voiceover is fine. It's really good, by the way, but not everybody in the Western world would love to play this in just Japanese. Oh? But other from that, so if you are completely new with the Atelier series and you have always wanted to try one of these games and to give you an idea of what to expect from the Atelier games, I think Ryza or Ryza 1, the game that I'm playing right now, is a perfect game to get into the series. First, the game series are pretty expensive, even on cartridge. These are games that are not going on sale that often. Second, you get the full experience here with the DX version. So it's $39.99. You get literally everything that this game has to offer. And this is the ultimate entry game for this series, I think. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a big fan of the Atelier series. He was also like, Maurice, if people want to get into the Atelier series, Ryza 1, DX, perfect moment to get into these kind of games. There are so many Atelier games that you eventually don't know anymore where to start. So if you ever want to start with one of these games, this is the game you need to start with. It has a lot of humor, sometimes a little bit, yeah. How do I say that? PG-13 kind of humor, even. A little bit naughty. Nice and colorful game. Nice music, nothing that's not that it's like wow, insane, over the top, wow. No, it's all fine, you know. Nice looking world. There are some graphical options, by the way, you can choose from. But nothing that out of the ordinary, you know. You know, local reflections quality. Okay. It doesn't do a thing, but okay. Difficulty. Yeah, the only problem I do have with these games is maybe they should... It's even using fidelity FX. The only thing I would say is that, yeah, make it more accessible for Western gamers. That's the only problem I have with these. And optimize these games a little bit better for Nintendo Switch too, let's be honest. You know, it's not that it's bad or anything, but... Heh. And it's a nice little JRPG, and it's different than Final Fantasy, so that's also always good. And, you know, I think more people should get to find out about the Atelier series. You know, these games are really fun, they are really good. But there are too many of these games to really like, where do I start with the Atelier series? So if you are curious, do yourself a favor, start with this one. It's a completely standalone story. If you really like it, you can go check out Ryza 2 and 3. And if you still like it, there's a ton of other games in the Atelier series that you will also probably like. But for the start, this is your starter. Thank you for watching, hope you had fun. Hope to see you guys soon in another one. Bye.